Okay, I realize the inclination of some students looking at this problem is just to simply integrate it. It's polynomial, so it's very simple to integrate. And you're going to get, let's see, you can get 3x to the 15 over 15 minus 12x to the 12 over 12. You know, pretty simple. Then it's going to be what? 18x to the 9th power over 9. And then you can get minus, let's see, 12x6 over 6 plus 3x cubed over 3. Limit integration, well, here's where the trouble comes in. It's the cube root of 3 and the cube root of 2. Now granted, it seems like a pretty simple integration, but the problem is the numerical part of it looks pretty tough to me. All right, certainly there's ways around it, but right now I'm going to start looking at maybe there's an easy way of doing it. And I would definitely pause for a moment and think about it. All right, so let me erase this over here. I'm just thinking the arithmetic looks too tough for me. And I'm going to start to look at the integrand and see if I can get something going there. And what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to factor out, looking at it, there's a 3 common to all the terms and the next squared common to all the terms. So let's look at the integrand. So I see 3x squared. And then what are you going to say? You're going to see x12. Then you're going to see minus, let's take a look at that carefully, 4, x9. And then I'm going to see what? Plus 6x6. And then let's see, minus 4x3 plus 1. All right, I'm looking at this 12th degree polynomial now, and it looks tough, but I just want to focus in on the coefficients because they're looking recognizable. The coefficients are 1, I'm not going to look at the sign yet, 4, 6, 4, and 1. And it's sort of recognizable, so I know what I mean by that. It looks like it's a binomial expansion. Let me just go through that with you. Pascal's triangle. And it looks like an expansion of like a plus b to the 4th power. But then I got that sign there, so I'm going to say it's a plus b. It looks like a minus b. Let me get my eraser out, and I want to just make sure you understand that we need to know the expansion of that guy. And again, I'm still looking at it, and this would be a4 minus 4a cubed b plus 6a squared b squared minus 4a b cubed plus b to the 4th power. Well, I think I'm seeing it, and what I mean by that, I'm going to write this down. It looks like x, I need a 12 there, right? So it looks like x cubed minus 1 to the 4th power. Let me just expand that, see if that is the case. So what are you going to get? You can get x cubed to the 4th power, which is x12, minus 4. Then you're going to get x, well, 3 times 3 is 9. And then that minus 1, that's why I put the minus there, plus 6, that would be x6, minus 4, that would be x cubed, and then you're going to get plus 1. And that does seem to work out. What I mean by that, and if I did what I said over here and I got this, I'm looking at that right over here, which is x12 minus 4x9 plus 6x6 minus 4x cubed plus 1. So you write that down for you. And this over here is equal to 3x squared. And then you're left off with x cubed minus 1 to the 4th power. Now certainly you can keep factoring if you want, but what I notice now is I'm noticing that this guy here, if I use a u substitution, would be this guy here in the derivative. Let's put this down then. So it's going to be the cube root, whoops, sorry about that. This integration here, the cube root of 3 over the cube root of 2. I'm going to put the integrand down now, which is 3x squared x cubed minus 1 to the 4th power dx. I'm going to use a u substitution. The u I'm going to use is x cubed minus 1. The du is 3x squared dx. Well, let's do it one step at a time. And what I mean by that, I'm going to do this first. If you're to cube that, you'd get 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Then I'm going to do this one step at a time. When you cube that, you get 3, and 3 minus 1 is 2. The next thing I'm looking at is the 3x squared dx, and what's that equal to? Du. The next thing I'm going to look at is this guy over here, and what's that going to reduce to? Well, let's see, x cubed minus 1, which is u, and it'll be u to the 4th power. This is much easier, and what do you get? u5 over 5. Limit integration would go from 1 to 2. Well, 2 to the 5th power is 32. Relatively simple number. Certainly a lot easier than what I did up above. And then we get 1/5. And 32/5 minus 1/5 is 31/5. And we're done. Thank you.